Hey, how's it going? Are you okay? So I've been seeing a lot of people talking about having, like, not paying taxes anymore. And I think that's an awesome idea. I actually tried to get people to um, do this back in 2009, but it was not successful. And then it became kind of problematic to be even associated with that movement. But I think the young people are smarter than the old people, so this could have some traction. But one thing that I just want to say is that there's another kind of taxation without representation that we're dealing with, and that's inflation. And I don't necessarily think that people understand exactly, like, simply what inflation is. So we have a private corporation called the Federal Reserve that's in charge of our monetary policy. And the Federal Reserve sets interest rates and also determines if they're going to produce more money. Our money isn't backed by anything, so they can pretty much do whatever they want. So they decide to add more money to the money supply, and that money first goes to regional banks, which then go to other banks, which then goes to bigger corporations and the government. So they get the initial, like, dollar amount. Like, they get, like, the most bang for that buck. By the time it trickles down to the people, you're looking at a $9 loaf of bread. You're looking at, $10 for a dozen eggs. You're looking at your rent for a 3-bedroom apartment, in most places, not big cities, but like most just like average places, being close to $2,500 a month. You're looking at gas prices going up. You're looking at, and then you're like, oh my goodness, we need to make more money. Like, we need to make more money. And so then there's pressure on corporations to raise the wages. But then what happens is your buying power is still the same, but your wages now have gone up. So now you're in a higher tax bracket. So, inflation is the most insidious kind of tax, and that is what they will counter a tax strike with. They'll just print more money so they can keep doing this shit. And people are under this, like, very false impression that this $95 billion that our Congress decided was, a legitimate and responsible amount of money to send to foreign governments to prop them up, and to enable them in their war crimes and genocides and every other fucking thing they're doing. That this is actually, like, coming from our tax money, but it's actually really not. We're borrowing that money. We're borrowing that money from other foreign countries and from the Federal Reserve. So it's a shit show all around. And yeah, but claim zero on your taxes. Don't let them take your taxes out. That's one way to do it. And if you live near, like, places like, say, reservations where you can spend money and not pay taxes, or if you live near states, like, all these things that I'm advocating are semi-illegal, right? Like, if you like if I live here in Vermont and then I go shopping in New Hampshire, then I don't have to pay a sales tax, right? So there's different ways to get around taxes, but it's kind of, it's a little tough. But I mean, at this point, just like the kids deciding that they're not going to pay their student loans back, which I think is a great thing. Like, I don't think anybody should ever have fallen into that trap, and it sucks. That was a trap. And so I think collectively, like, if the people that owe money on student loans don't pay their student loans back, there's really not a whole lot they can do. What are they going to do? Put everybody in jail? Like, they're not going to do that. I also saw another video where this lady was, like, talking about, like, different things that, or maybe, I shouldn't say lady, but this person was talking about things that they have, that they noticed, and that, the IRS has armed agents. Yeah, the IRS has had armed agents for a long time. That is nothing new. That is nothing new. But, like Sharon Jones and the Dap King King said, what if we all stop paying taxes? So if we all do it, or even if just 3.5% of the people that now pay taxes don't pay taxes, get a good lawyer and, fight the power.